In this lesson, we're going to talk about how to find the area of a circle. So you should have completed the top portion of this notes handout with the previous video, but I just want to make sure that you got the formula down. So to find the area of a circle, we multiply the radius times pi, or another way is to just say the radius squared, then multiply by pi. If I find the exact area, I'm going to leave the pi symbol. If I'm finding the approximate area, I'm going to multiply the radius squared and multiply it by the decimal approximation of 3.14. So your notes handout looks different than mine because I added that white box between questions 1 and 3 so that I have room to show my work. I'm going to do examples 1, example 3, and example 5 with you, and then you'll finish the rest of the page as your independent practice. Questions 7 through 10 are optional bonus challenge problems. Make sure you have a separate sheet of paper to show your work. So now let's talk about example 1. When I look at the diagram, it tells me the radius is 8. And I know that's the radius because it only goes from the center to the edge of the circle. So if the radius is 8, that means that the diameter is 16. I have to double it. Now let's calculate the area of the circle. To find the area, I multiply radius times pi. So my radius is 16. 8 times pi. I'm sorry, my radius is not 16. That's my diameter. My radius is 8. So when I multiply 8 times 8, I get 64. So my exact area of my circle is 64 pi. So I want you to tell me both the exact as well as the approximate. That's why it has a blank line and then or. So to find or, I need to actually multiply 64 by the decimal approximation of pi, which is 3.14. You're more than welcome to use a calculator. When I multiply those two numbers together, I get 200.96 centimeters squared. The unit is always squared when I'm talking about area. Now let's try example 3. This time it tells us that the diameter is 20. I know that's the diameter because it takes up the full length of the circle. So if the diameter is 20, to find the radius, I just need to divide it in half. The radius is 10. Now I have the information that I need to calculate the area of the circle. Again, my formula is radius squared times pi. The radius is 10. So area equals 10 squared times pi. 10 squared is 100. So that means the exact area of the circle is 100 pi. Or to find the approximate area of the circle, I need to multiply 100 by 3.14. When I multiply that, I get 314. So that means the area of my circle is 314 meters squared. Now let's try example 5. Example 5 is a little different, or I shouldn't necessarily say it's different. It's just asking me to find more information. In addition to find the area for questions 4 through 6, it also asks me to calculate the circumference. Remember, area talks about the space inside the circle. The circumference will be the distance around the circle. So it tells me 4.5, and 4.5 represents the radius. If I double that to find the entire length across the circle, I get 9. To calculate the area, I need to square the radius and then multiply by pi. So let's start by finding the approximate area. The exact area. Area equals 4.5 squared times pi. When I multiply 4.5 times 4.5, I get 20.25, and then I need to add the pi symbol. So that represents the exact area. Not sure if I have room to write it down here on this line, so I'm just going to draw that there. Then to find the approximate area, I'm going to actually multiply it out. 20.25 times 3.14. When I multiply that, I get 63.59 inches squared. And that represents my approximate area of the circle. Now, I also have the information that I need to find the circumference of this circle. To find the circumference, I would just multiply the diameter times pi. The diameter is 9, so that means that my circumference is 9 pi if I'm trying to find the exact circumference. But I also need to go back and calculate the approximate. So to find the approximate circumference of the circle, I just need to multiply 9 times 3.14, and when I do, I get 28.26. Circumference, my unit is just inches. All right, so in this lesson, we talked about how to find the area as well as the circumference of a circle.